I saw a medium after my daughter was stillborn, and this is what he said, part 2. First of all, I want to start off by saying thank you everyone for all the lovely, kind and thoughtful messages you've sent. I also got loads of messages about his contact details, which I am trying to respond to everyone. Also, to just spare everyone else the time, if you feel like this is not a bit of you and you're wholeheartedly against this, please use your thumb and scroll up, because I'm not trying to give anyone heart palpitations, and we also don't need to go through that back and forth. This is about the comfort that I received from my reading, and hopefully offer that comfort to other people too. So to continue the conversation, he said, it feels like you've got 2 photographs of your daughter that you're always looking at or cleaning. Your nan is with her. So he repeated that again. Then he said, there came to a point where the child's mind was not okay. Something wasn't right. I'm feeling it started in my stomach area and then affected her lungs. One lung more than the other. Then something also went wrong with her bowels and she couldn't go on. I'm feeling like someone had high blood pressure. So this right here is a lot. It's a lot of information that is very specific to me. And remember, I said that I've never shared my pregnancy at this point online, and I had also not shared anything about my loss. So these are very specific details. The reason why everything happened with my daughter, where it affected her lungs in the first place, was because my blood pressure was so high. It was literally off the roof. It's like 152 when it's supposed to be 120. That's normal blood pressure. And it was so high that it pushed my placenta. I had a placenta abruption, right? It pushed my placenta out, and it meant that my daughter got no oxygen, so it affected her lungs. Then it ended up affecting obviously her brain, because that's what he means by mind. Like she would have had a brain injury, and then her bowels would have given way, which she did. I had meconium, which the doctor said, where it's like baby poos. Sorry, very graphic. My daughter was actually really healthy throughout the pregnancy. I also was quite healthy up until that moment. I had undiagnosed preeclampsia. And to me, that was like shocking for him to get all these very specific details of what ended up happening to her and to myself. Now that I'm here, I will just say that preeclampsia is, it can be manageable throughout pregnancy, but if it's untreated, it can be fatal. So there are like signs that you can look out for, which again is high blood pressure, it's protein in your urine, it's blurry vision, it's a headache that won't go away, and sudden swelling. I think every woman should at least know, because if they have these signs, they can connect the dots and hopefully avoid the loss of their baby like mine. It is preventable. At this point, he hadn't noticed, he doesn't know Mila's name, so he says, I'm getting the letter M. Was that your baby's name? Did it start with an M? I said yes. And then he says, your husband named her. But he doesn't talk much about the pain of her loss, this is all true. My husband did name Mila, and it's because it sounds like Bob Marley. Yeah, and I love that he got that. I love that he realized that. And actually, my husband named her well before we thought about having children. We weren't even married at the time. Then he says this, he says, Mila's name, something has been done with her name where it's written down somewhere. And it took me a long time to recognize this, because I was like, where is her name written? I don't know. And then I remembered that when I got back home, I wrote her name out with candles. I'm going to show it to you guys. So there it is, Mila's name written out. M-A-I-L-A. Anyways, I'll share more later.